Hi.
Hi.
The new remake of Lion King, live action, lot of CGI, Jean Favreau. Let's find out.
Yeah, it's the same as the animation. The story, I'm sure everybody knows the evil brother, the young prince, and what happens and how he comes into his own and eventually reclaims his sort of throne. Lovely movie. I always enjoyed it, even at the time it came like so many years ago as an animation, and thoroughly enjoyed this one as well. Though there was a little thing that cropped in my mind. If it's all the same, it's basically the CGI and that was trying to impress us. John Favreau was trying to impress us with, but it was done beautifully. Let's ask Anvam.
But before that, the question for you as a viewer really is: would you want to watch a movie where you know every frame what's going to happen? And I think that's the kind of key question I would leave you with. The famous voices behind the lions and the warthogs. So Donald Glover is Simba. James Earl Jones reprises his role as Mufasa. Uh, Florence Kasumbo is the hyena Shenzi, and Nala is Beyonce,
Right.
and you have Seth Rogen as the warthog. Billy Eichner was his companion, Timon, and Scar. Scar was Tweetle Ejiofor, and Rafiki was John Keeney. So you have quite a big galaxy of stars as the voices. But I think in the middle of it all, while I was listening to these voices, I was trying to think, they made Black Panther with what I would call an African accent. Why here does everybody have an American accent? And except for John Keeney, who was Rafiki, basically everybody's got a thick American accent. And it just grated at different points.
Okay.
I think they should have made it with the proper sensibility, and I think that's one trick that they missed. But as Ritu said, best to us, someone who watched Lion King, the 1994 version, as a child, what he thinks.
Yeah, so I think in all honesty, I didn't really mind the movie. I enjoyed it. Lion King has always been one of my favorites. As a kid, it moved me, you can say. So I agree with a couple of things, as in, obviously what's going to happen. Like, as soon as you see a certain saying, you're like, oh, okay, that's what's going to happen. As soon as a beat starts or something, you're like, oh, okay, it's that song. When it comes to the voices, in a way I understand what dad's saying, but I feel like it worked. I think most of the accents worked. James Earl Jones was brilliant. I thought the best was the Grand Monkey Wizard, Rafiki.
And that's because he was African.
He was, so that worked. I think my one criticism for the movie I wasn't a big fan of Beyonce's voice for some reason. I just didn't think it worked. I know she's, the great, the one, everything, but it just didn't work for me. I thought they did a really good job with the music. The songs were pretty good. They did a good job of, touching it and everything. And so, I enjoyed it. It was much better than Aladdin. Aladdin. But for me, in the live action terms, I think Tarzan and the Jungle Book were just way better.
Absolutely. And that's because they changed the story, they gave a different interpretation. And here, it's another round of, oh, I know this.
Rating?
I'm going to go with a 6, and 6 is also just because the CGI, etc. was brilliant. Plus, I know that a lot of people got moved, including the guy who sat next to me, who's I think was about 30, 35. And he was sitting next to me, and every song he would start breaking out in song along with the... So I know it moved some people. So I think I'll give it a 6 just for that.
I think I'll go one up. I'll give it a 7 probably. I think that's very true. The moments where you needed to be moved, you were moved, which was good. and I think the CGI was just brilliant. You won't be able to tell what's real and what's not.
Actually, and I would go with him with a 7 as well.
So 6, 7, 7. Guys, watch it yourself. Make up your mind. Let us know. Bye.
But